Hey guys, I'm coming at you with a new video so soon. I'm just kidding. That looked very Williams-led, huh? Hey bitches! I'm just kidding. Anyways, really helped with all those comments that you left on how to, or what to talk about to kind of jumpstart myself back into making videos again. I really sat down a billion times and was like, I would talk and talk and talk and then be like, what am I talking about? I don't know if this is boring, whatever. So, some of the comments that were left to help me talk about certain things was Borderline Tears said, you could talk about your best and worst dates. I have never been on an actual official date. I've been on semi-dates or whatever, but never a real date, and I don't have any best or worst of the semi ones either. So yeah, we'll skip that one. Talk74 said fish. It was the first thing that popped into my head. Talk about fish. So fish. I go camping with my family every year at this place called Ward Lake, and we didn't go this summer, which I was actually really bummed about, but stuff happens like that. It is this beautiful, small, natural lake that is fed by hot springs as well as cold springs, so it's really nice to swim in and just, it's gorgeous, and you camp right on the lake. I guess some people go camping and they're far away from any natural water area, but this one you camp literally pretty much right on the lake, and it's gorgeous, and it's my absolute favorite place to go. And if you would tell me, do you want to go to Pismo for a week at the beach? If you want to go to the beach for a weekend or if you want to go camping, I'd probably choose camping, and I love the beach. I'm a total beach girl. So that shows you how much I love this place called Ward Lake, W-A-R-D, if you ever search for it. We go fishing there, and I have my own pole, and it's called Giselle, that's her name. I love her, she's gold. And we always go to this fishing rock that's on the lake around from where we camp. And it's so funny because every year it's we run and try to fight to get to whoever is going to get the spot on the rock. There's actually there's not only a fishing rock, but there's a fishing spot, an actual place. You have to sit, because if you sit in that spot, you'll catch more fish than anyone else on the lake or on the rock. I don't understand how it works. Literally, the rock is right here. I can't see myself on here. The rock is right here. If you sit here, you'll catch a lot of fish. If you sit here, you won't catch a lot of fish. It's really random. So that's the funny thing every year is who's gonna run over there and try to catch fish. And I love fishing. I think it's really calming. You just sit there and you just kind of chill out, and most of the time you relax, and then all of a sudden you're oh my gosh, so it's fun for me. I love it. I even like gutting the fish and all that kind of stuff. I know that sounds really weird, but the whole anatomy part of the fish, you can see all the little organs and stuff in a fish when you're taking them all out. And I'm probably disgusting people really bad right here. I'm sorry, I apologize. So anyways, that's my fish story. I don't really have a story other than the fishing spot, but it's nice. Not from Toronto said, who said we didn't want to hear about your life? Okay, well, I just figured, but what's going on in my life right now is that I'm starting school next semester, I'm starting it on Tuesday, which is not very far away. It's well, today is, what is today? Today's Friday? So I start in 4 days or something like that. Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, I start in 4 days. I'm nervous, and not only am I nervous, but I have a big decision to make about whether or not I'm going to take. I signed up for 2 classes. They're the only 2 classes I have left, and then I can apply for the nursing program. But they're 2 big science classes, and it takes me a while to have science classes soak into my brain. And I'm still working full-time, so I just don't know whether or not I want to actually take them both at the same time or not. It's a big decision. So that's going on in the school realm. I'll be depressed for the next 4 months while I'm going through school because I hate school. Another thing is that I'm trying to get back into being involved in a church regularly again, which I haven't been in a really long time. But it's hard because when you grow up in a church like I did with my family when I was growing up, it's you know everybody, you know how things work, you know the politics of the church, and then you change to to a different church because of whatever reason and you don't know anyone, and you go in and you sit down and then you listen and you sing and then you leave and you're just like... So that's kind of been hard for me, but I really, really want to get back involved in that. And one of the things that I've decided to do is join their First Touch ministry, which is pretty much I greet people on Sundays mornings. They have night services too, but I opted for the Sunday morning one. And hopefully that will get me to start to meet new people, which is, I think, the biggest problem that I have with going to this one right now, is I don't know anyone, so it's really uncomfortable sometimes. So that's part of it. That's another thing that's going on. As for that, yeah, work's fine. I try not to talk a lot about work on here just because I don't want to get in trouble if someone ever saw. Not like I'd be like bitching about it all the time or whatever. I really like my work, but you know, there's always people. The funny stories that happen in my life are usually happening at work, which is really sad because I'd like to tell people about them on here, but then I'm like, ugh, I don't want to get fired. Sol Siete, if I'm saying that right, it could be Sol Siete or Sol Siete, S-O-L-S-I-E-T-E. That person says, how about current events or hobbies and such? Unfortunately, I'm not very caught up on current events right now. I see the big news on Fox News. I haven't really been getting into world news lately, and yeah, I should. I'm sad about that. Somebody asked me the other day, who you're gonna vote for in the next elections, and I was like, I don't even know. And that's not like me. Like, usually I'm researching ahead of time to make sure I know who I want to actually vote for. And I probably still will, it's just that I have not really... It's still early. I'm a Republican though, so that should tell you who I'm not going to vote for. Yeah, so that's for current events. Unfortunately, I know more about like celebrity current events than I do about world current events, which is really sad. Yeah. I can tell you Nicole Richie is having a baby, but who's running in the primaries? Who knows? I'm just kidding. I know some people are running in the primaries. Hobbies, you know, I do ballet. Obviously, I mean, it's all over my room. This is, I'll show you something here. Whoa. That point shoe right there was my very first, or no, my very second pair of point shoes. There's actually a ballet picture right there too, but can't really see it. By the time I stopped dancing ballet, I had, like, my point shoes would be, like, tore up before I'd get rid of them. My other hobby is photography, but unfortunately, since I'm not taking actual classes at school anymore, I used to take classes because I wanted to major in photography at one point, but since I'm not taking classes anymore, I'm not getting the free developing thing either. So it's very expensive to develop film at an actual store, or black and white film, I should say, and I take mostly black and white photos. So I need to get a digital camera, really. That needs to happen. MBRH Industries says, you got a nice eyeball. Do you wax? Okay, yeah. I said, yeah, because sometimes those eyeballs itch. Eyeball hairs itch, actually. Am I right?